How are we doing with static, friends?
She says there's static. If it's fully plugged in, there's nothing else to do with your mic. You're good. It's it. You got it.
I'm hearing that the sound is better now. I hope that's the truth. Good evening, and welcome back to our house. We're here to celebrate and to mark the second Sunday of Advent, and I hope you've got your candles there with you. Christmas is one of those times when we are made very aware of our traditions. There are lots of traditions around Christmas, and each family seems to have its own. One of the things I always do when doing premarital counseling is to ask, when do the people involved open their presents? Some open presents on Christmas Eve, some open presents on Christmas morning, and that can be a deal breaker. So we always try to work out the conflict of traditions. One of the things I'd like to try to do tonight with you is just to begin thinking about traditions. If you would use the comment box and type in one of your favorite traditions of Christmas. And you can start doing that now. When I was growing up, one of the traditions that we had at our house was an 11 o'clock in the evening Christmas Eve service. And we would go down to our little country church and see each other and sing the songs and hear the stories and sing the carols. And I remember always coming out of the service and the smell of Christmas night. It would be cold, sometimes very clear, and just something that's still with me. Getting lots of things now, stockings and baking cookies. Let me look at a couple more. The carols on Christmas Eve. All of these traditions have such power. And of course, this year, we may not be able to enjoy all of the Christmas traditions that we've grown accustomed to. We will not be together to light our candles on Christmas Eve, but we're working on something, so we'll keep you posted. Oh, Beth, this is wonderful. Christmas Eve, Beth would have hot dogs and s'mores at her grandparents'. That's wonderful. Bubble lights. Yes, Susie and Gerald, we had them too. An orange in the bottom of the stocking, yes. Grandma and Grandpa's house on Christmas Eve with family. All of those traditions still live in our memories and in our minds. But this year will be different. We won't be able to do some of those traditions that are so dear to us. And we could mourn that. We could think about how terrible it will be that we can't do the things we used to do. It's kind of like cursing the darkness, isn't it? But maybe this year we could do something new. Start a new tradition that might endure even past the COVID pandemic. What could you do? You and those you love, what could you do to mark the day of Christmas and to mark the days of Advent in new and different ways, in isolation, and all of the little trivial things that bother us about this pandemic? We're alive, we're well. What could we do to add a new tradition that will take us beyond this year and enable us to think back when we get to the other side of the pandemic? John Pavlovitz has in his wonderful Advent devotional, Low, a passage that he calls the lowest places. And he begins with a passage from Isaiah 43. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. And here's what Pavlovitz has to say about it. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I'm not sure what the cutoff age for that adage is, but now, nearing 50, I sometimes feel I'm getting terrifyingly close. He has no idea. I'm a whole lot less adventurous than I used to be. In matters of technology or music or activities or diet, I tend to stick with things with what I know, feeling more and more resistant to new things. The familiar allows me control, and this control provides comfort, and like most old dogs, I like comfort. When I do venture into uncharted territory, I feel the easy frustration that comes with being stretched beyond my preferences. You have heard it said, but I tell you. Jesus has a way of stretching us over and over again in the Gospels. The message he has for those who would emulate him in the world is, in essence, I want to show you something new. Whatever standard you once used for how to live and treat people and find meaning, I'm asking you for more, or rather for less. Regarding anger or motive or religion or revenge or comfort, he continually invites us to the low places, to a greater humility, to a deeper forgiveness, to a shrinking ego, to a bigger generosity. We almost always resist such things because initially they feel like loss, like we're giving up too much, like we're letting someone else get away with something. But we always find a better version of ourselves in the low places, and that is why we need to keep going there. Today, as you walk deeper into this season, reflect on what part of your mind, heart, or life you are avoiding stretching, or in what situation you are resistant to setting aside your ego. Embrace a new thing. So I invite you to take the light and light your second candle. Advent means coming. We are awaiting the days when God, in fact, does a new thing. When God stretches us beyond ourselves. When God moves in us and through us. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Do you not see it? Let us walk in the light of the Lord. Now, I think maybe you might be able to join me in singing one verse of this carol. What child is this who lay to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping? This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary. Take time this week to do something new. Think of a new tradition you could use to celebrate this incredible time of year. It is not as bad as it seems. We are here, we are together, and Christ is coming. We'll look for you on Wednesday at 5:30 Central Time for midweek Advent evening prayer. Robert will have music on Thursday, 12 noon Central Time. And we'll be back together next Sunday morning, 8:30 and 10:30 Central Time on Facebook or the church's webpage. You can go to the website, click on live stream, and you'll be able to get us there. And we'll be together next Sunday night to light the third candle in Advent. God bless you in this week. Have a wonderful week, and we will see you very soon.